Good morning, guys. Today's the day. It is the day when we write our superhero and supervillain story. I am so excited to finally be here on this day. We've been thinking so much all week about how to plan this story, all of the words and phrases and sentences that we would like included in our story, and today's the day we're going to pull it all together and we're going to go for it. Okay, so obviously you've got all of these amazing ideas in your head. You've been working through them during the week, and you can make this however you want. You can think it through and think, okay, I kind of know what I'm going with. I'm going to go from now. You can write out what we call a draft. You can write out your story first, and then you can read it back through and add lots of expanded noun phrases, adjectives, verbs, conjunctions, whatever way suits you best, because you're typing it. If you're typing it, you can do that. If you're writing it, think of your sentence before you write it. Then that's the joy of this. So it's going to be super fun, and we're going to write really, really exciting stories with amazing superheroes and amazing supervillains. And I think my Super Cat story, you guys are going to put it to shame, because I think you're going to write such fantastic ones. I'm going to get great ideas from you guys for if I ever needed to write another superhero story, okay? So first of all, you have this whole page. You can write as much as you like. You can spend as long as you like on this. I know at school we spend quite a lot of time on our writing. You know, do this at home as well. You've been working hard on this all week, so you can. We've looked, and it's hard for you to look back and see the work that you've done during the week. We've clicked to return the work, so have a look and see if it is there for you to click on and look at. You just click on that lesson in there. If it's not there, we've looked into it and it is a bit tricky, so don't worry if not. Just use what you've got in your head from the work that you've been doing this week, because when we're doing writing in school, we don't always have other work that we've done in front of us, okay? So sometimes it's just going with what's in our heads, which you are great at, because we've done this so many times and you're just so wonderful at it. Okay, so don't worry about going looking for the work that you've already done this week. The idea is that you do the work, and you know, it's just learning and exploring different words and phrases. It's in your head, because you can change and edit that anyway. So right, let's get going. What I've given you is, we are writing a narrative, which is a story this week. And I've given you a success criteria for this. So the first thing is capital letters, as always, full stops. We would like the beginning of the story, obviously, the middle, and the problem. This is thinking about the story that you built. We want the end of the story. We would like you to talk about the characters, the setting. So if it changes, if you go somewhere else, say your story is set in space, I want you to talk about space and describe it for me. Say it's in the ocean, under the sea, I want you to talk about that. Obviously, use of adjectives, conjunctions, expanded noun phrases, and we have also asked you to use verbs and adverbs. Although it's not always in a narrative success criteria, I think it would be great, because we are talking about superheroes, and I just feel like they do lots of interesting things, so it would be great to get it in there. So you're going to refer to your success criteria as you're writing, which we always do. That's why I've popped it on your page. And other than that, guys, it's just a case of getting going. So I'm going to keep this short. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I'm just going to show you how I'm going to think about mine and get started. Then you guys can do your ones. So I'm thinking about my story. So it's my Super Cat story, and I'm going to go with one day, because I think that's a nice little start. One day, there was a wonderful teacher called Miss Foster. Miss Foster had a large class of about, how many? 30 children who were enjoying an exciting lesson about fruit. Oops. So I'm going to read that back and check it makes sense. One day there was a wonderful teacher called Miss Foster. Miss Foster had a large class of about 30 children who were enjoying an exciting lesson about fruit. So, okay, I've spoke about what's happening. That's kind of the beginning of my story. They were in a large, bright and clean classroom. There I've used commas in a list, and I've also described the classroom, the setting that they were in. Miss Foster had an amazing idea. So sometimes you're going to have to stop to think, because, you know, we're doing this carefully and we want to read it back and make sure. She asked the children, let's make that an expanded noun phrase. She asked the cheerful children if they would like to taste the fruit. I'm going to make that expanded noun phrase, the delicious fruit. The children screamed with joy. Then I'm going to try and add more to this. They were so excited as they knew the fruit would taste yummy and sweet. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it, guys. So that's just a little starter of me showing you how I'm working through and how I'm thinking about the story that I'm writing. But basically, the best thing with stories is get your ideas down, think it through, check your success criteria, and just get writing. Because once you're in the flow, as we call it, of writing, you're really, really going to love it, and you're really going to enjoy it, and your story's just going to get you carried away, and you're just going to write such fabulous stories. I can really tell. Okay, so that is your task today, just to have in your head all of those things that you've been thinking of. If you've had any new ideas since yesterday, great, get them in there. Okay, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the stories that you guys come up with and write at home. So I leave you with that. I hope you enjoy and have a wonderful time writing your stories, and I'm really, really excited to see them, okay, and to read them. So good luck.